Yes. Yeah, guys. If you want to be developing the any application, then three layers required, guys. Okay. So front end layer and the back end layer and database layer. Three layers required, guys. Okay. So front end layer, if you want to be developing, then UI technology is required, guys. UI technology is required. So this is a front end of our application, and this is the back end of our application, and this is the database layer of our application, guys. So when you are learning about the back end coding, guys, back end technologies, then database related knowledge also you are going to be getting. So database, for example, MySQL, we are going to be learning here, guys. And here backend layer code, if you want to be developing, guys, simply we are calling here business logics. Okay. So to do this business logics, any one language required and language related, guys, language related framework, framework required. So Django framework, Django framework required. Okay. So next, guys, from the user, we want to take data, and the data we need to send to the business logics. Means we required UI technologies. Okay. So that is for presentation code related, guys. Presentation logics, presentation logics purpose, we are using UI technologies. UI technologies. What we are using UI technologies means here HTML we are using, guys. HTML, CSS, okay, and the Bootstrap, guys. Bootstrap and JavaScript. Simply we are calling JS. And next jQuery, guys. jQuery, like a number of things, presentation side there, guys. These all things we are calling UI technologies. Correct? So from the user, we are taking input, and that data we are sending to the business code, guys, to the Django. So as a backend developer, we are going to receive this data which is sending by presentation logics, and that data finally we are going to send to the database to store in a permanent manner. Okay. For example, Facebook page, you can take it. I want to do registration, guys. So here it is asking what is your first name, last name, email, password, all the fields asking. You are going to give data and submitting. So back inside Django receiving your data and sending to the database. Now here your username, password, email, all the data storing. Like n number of people are going to do registration, guys. After registration, then later you are going to be do login. Whenever you are going to do login, guys, simply username and password asking, and after sending username password, backend code receiving that username password and sending to the database, checking with this username and password here any user already existing or not, checking. If no user existing, then backend code giving one error message to you, invalid username password, like that. If it is valid, then redirected to another page. Backend code redirected to another page, guys, like a home page. After successfully login Facebook, we are going to inside Facebook page, guys, and we can see all our friends images, all other things. Okay, like that everything we are writing inside the backend code only, guys. What pages we need to open, what we need to do, everything. But usually user interaction purpose, UI technology is required to take the data from the users. That is the main point. So here using our UI technologies, this is we are going to be discussing, guys. And when you are learning Python with Django, guys, these all things, business logics you are going to be getting. Okay. So at the time of learning Python with Django, so you are going to get communication. Okay, your backend code with database communication you are going to get. Same time, presentation code with backend code communication you are going to be getting. Okay, so to learn only this one, not required, guys, any knowledge about Python, Django, database knowledge. These all are not required. Only this is purely we can discuss. Got it, all of you? Yes. Now we will start, guys. So here the 6 technologies, guys: HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery, DOM. Like one by one, we will discuss programmatically. So I told already in the previous session, guys. So End of the course, guys, after learning these all concepts, we are going to be developing like this some applications. In our session only, we are going to be developing different applications. These all applications. So, yes, please keep mute all people. Yes. Yeah, okay. So like this, we can design, guys, applications, and responsive design also important. Using Bootstrap, guys, responsive design we are going to be developing. Responsive design means in the small screen, guys, like a mobile or tab, all menus are hiding in the form of hamburger symbol. Okay, this is how we are going to design. We will discuss all things. And this is the current page, guys. Scroll bar is there. If size increasing, our application related scroll bar coming. So if I'm clicking container 3, then directly jumping to bottom my scroll bar. So one location to another location, how to jumping, how to connecting. So using the links, guys, we can do it all things. And different registration pages. Presentation is different, guys, but input fields are same. First name, last name, username, email, like these all things. So you are developing one way, I'm developing one way, different ways we can develop by using this CSS. And validations, how providing here, validations there. Without enter data, if you are submitting, errors coming. Okay, like this, n number of applications, so slowly we will do it, guys, in our class. Got it? Yes. Now we'll start our concepts wise, guys. So UI stands for, guys, user interface. User interface, guys. So using this user interface, guys, human being persons, users, guys, simply using this user interface, users can communicate with our computer, guys. Users can communicate with our computer, simply with our computers. Users can communicating with our computers to performing something, guys. So if I want to do registration, guys, going to do registration. If I want to do login, going to do login. So what we are deciding, what we want to do, that is can performing via the user interface. Via the user interface, guys. So here any application, if you want to be developing, majorly, guys, majorly two sides required, guys, front end side and back end side. Simply two technologies, front end technology and back end technology. So the people who are going to be or the people who are going to be developing presentation related logics, guys, then those persons we are calling front end developer, guys. Front end developers, we are calling. Okay, and front end developers role, guys, front end developers role, they need to know UI technologies, guys. They need to know UI technologies. Front end developer minimum responsibility, they need to know about the UI technologies like HTML, CSS. Okay, these all things, guys. Bootstrap, JavaScript. Okay, like different things. Okay, so using these all things, guys, from the user taking the input and sending to the backend, that is UI developer, front end developer role. Next, guys, backend developer, guys. Backend developer, simply. Okay, so backend developer role is the data which is sending by the front end developer, guys. Simply using the presentation technologies. The data which is sending by the presentation technologies, that is receiving and processing the data, whatever they want. That is the backend developer role. Okay, so simply receiving, guys, receiving. Okay, so receiving receiving front end data, guys, or else simply users data. Receiving users data from UI or else presentation, guys. So from the presentation, receiving users data from presentation and processing data. Okay, processing this data, guys, processing this data, whatever they want to do. Okay, this is the main point. And all backend developers must be required at least one language, guys. At least one language required, like Java or Python or .NET, whatever. At least one language required. For example, like a Python and this language related framework, like a Django framework. Got it? So this is a backend developer role, guys. Same like database developer is there, at least required 1 DB knowledge. So we are not required these all things, guys, backend related. We are required this front end related, front end related. Clear, guys? So these all things you are going to get documentation, guys, more clearly. More clearly, you are going to get the documentation. Okay. So now here, guys. So topic wise we will discuss. First one is HTML, guys. HTML. Okay. HTML stands for hypertext markup language, guys. Okay. HTML stands for hypertext markup language. Hypertext markup language. So here one famous question is there, guys. One famous question is there. Why HTML called as markup language? Python is a language, Java is a language, .NET is a language. Okay, but these all are popular languages, not markup languages. Why HTML called as markup language? Or else another question is, what languages we are calling markup languages? Why? This is the question, guys. Okay, na? So here the simply markup means tag, guys. Simply markup means tag syntax, guys. Tag syntax. Okay, so tag syntax. The languages which are following the tag based syntaxes, the languages which are following the tag based syntaxes, then those languages we are calling the markup languages. Okay, so tag means, guys, tag means simply we are going to write within the less than and greater than symbol, guys. Okay, tag name you are going to be writing. Tag name you are going to be writing. Different tags there. We will discuss slowly. Guys. Okay, so tags how we are writing in our HTML. In between the less than and greater than symbol, we are going to write tag name. This is the syntax only, guys. Different tag names there. For example, H1 is a tag. Okay, H2 is a tag. I will tell about these all H1, H2, why we are using, where we are using. Slowly, assumption. Okay, and P paragraph, guys. And tables, if you want to be design table tag, like n number of tags there, guys. These all tags in between less than and greater than symbol we are writing. Is it clear, guys? That's why HTML is called as markup language. Got it? And also, guys, XML is there, guys. One more language, XML there. Extensible, guys. Extensible markup language. XML stands for extensible markup language. And XML also following the tag-based syntax only, like HTML. Okay, now? So what languages we are calling the markup languages means both HTML and the XML. Okay, both HTML and the XML we are calling markup languages, guys. Both we are calling markup languages. So why we are calling means these both are following the tag based syntax. Remember right now. So we are not required to learn about the XML. So we required to learn about the HTML. So sometimes the difference between HTML and XML people are asking. I will tell after discussing about the HTML. Wait. Okay. So now, guys, these all things we are calling the tags. So sometimes we can also call as, guys, elements, guys. HTML elements or HTML tags, both are same. So sometimes I'm talking like tags, sometimes I'm pronouncing like elements. Okay, don't get confusing. Both are same. Tags and elements both are same. Okay. Yes. Next, guys. In HTML, guys, in HTML, all the content, whatever you want to display, that is by using the tag-based syntax, or else in between the tags, we are going to be displaying whatever the content you want to display on our application. That is in between the tag we need to be display, guys. For example, this is H1. Okay. Now I want to display one message like a hello, just a small content hello, like you are going to be closing, guys. Okay. So H1 tag, this is called open tag, and this is called end tag, guys. Open, end, start tag, close tag, like you can take it. Okay, open tag, close tag, or else start tag, end tag. So end tags, guys, required backslash. End tag required backslash. That point remember. The point remember, guys. So like this tag based syntax we are writing, guys. Now after developing like this HTML code, whenever we are executing this HTML program, at runtime, HTML will ignore all the tags. At runtime, HTML will ignore all the tags. Only the content between the tags, what is there, that is only going to display on our application. Okay, as our web page content, only the content between the tags, what is there, that is only going to be displaying. All the tags are ignoring. You're not going to get this kind of tags in website content, guys. For example, here different page there. Here nowhere you are getting tags, guys. Actually, this is using one tag you are writing. For example, assumption, guys. For example, H2 tag I'm using. In between the H2 tag, so you are writing this content. This is inside HTML I created. At the time of running, these tags are ignoring, only the content between the tag only displaying. Okay. Okay. Now one more point. Here see, guys, more thickness there, block color is there. Here light color is there. Okay, small character there, guys. Means every HTML tag having its own behavior. Every HTML tag having its own behavior, guys. Every HTML tag having its own behavior. Whenever we are using these tags, then automatically the tag behavior applied to the content. Tag behavior applied to the content. Okay. So sometimes, guys, here big characters displaying. Okay. Sometimes only small character displaying. This is all because of the HTML tag behaviors. Each tag having its own behavior, that behavior applied to the content, but not displaying the tags. That is the point. Okay, now? Guys, am I audible properly? Am I audible, guys? Yes, okay. Yeah, next point. Okay, so HTML tags, guys, HTML tags are not case sensitive. HTML tags are not case sensitive, guys. HTML tags are not case sensitive. So case sensitive means, for example, you are, I think you all people are Python developers, okay, Python learners. So Python is case sensitive or not? Python is case sensitive or not? Means Python is a case sensitive. Case sensitive means lower letters, upper letters, both are different. Okay. Small a and capital A both are not equal. Small a and capital A both are not equal in Python, guys. But in HTML, both are equal. Both are equal. Small and uppercase letters both are equal. That is not case sensitive. So which means, guys, here H1 tag you can take it, or else a table tag you can take it. Okay. So at the time of creating table tag, small letters I created something blah blah blah. Okay, this is not exact content, simply remember. Next, you are going to be closing with capital letters, no problem, no problem. And if you want some letters small also, you can make it. That's all your wish. Any format you can take it. This is the same one only, not different one. Okay, but we need to be follow the coding standards. Coding standards, guys. Industry standards we need to be follow. If you are writing like this, all the combination letters, that is not readable. That is not readable. So you need to be habitate with all capital letters or else all small letters, whatever you want. Generally, when we are developing real-time applications, small letters only we are using. That point remember. Is it clear point? HTML tags are case sensitive or not? Asking one word answer. Then HTML tags are not case sensitive. We can write lower letters, upper letters, both are equal. You're telling. Okay. Next, another point, guys. Another point. HTML tags, guys. HTML tags are predefined tags only. HTML tags are predefined tags only, but not user defined tags. All are predefined tags only, not user defined tags, guys. User defined means your own tags. Okay, in HTML, all are predefined only. Okay, so your own names are not possible to take, guys. So H1 is a predefined tag, H2 is a predefined, paragraph is a predefined, table is a predefined. Each tag having its own behavior. When we are using particular tag, its behavior applied to the content. Okay, na? So predefined means the language, HTML language, who designed that person created these all tags. User defined means our own names. We are giving our own names. For example, you can compare with Python language, guys. Python language. So in Python language, guys, some methods there. For example, print method is there. Using print method, we can display whatever the content we want. That is Python developers, Python language developers designed. Using print method, we can display content. But in Java, guys, they are using a println method, system.out.println, simply println. Okay, using the println method, they are going to be developing, guys, this output. Okay, in JavaScript, guys, we have the JavaScript. In JavaScript, using the write method, we are going to be displaying the message. Okay, means language to language methods changing to displaying the content. So HTML language, who designed, who developed, those people only given these all tags. If you are using H1, this is the behavior. If you are using H2, this is the behavior. If you are using the table, this is the behavior. Like everything they designed, we are going to use only according to our requirements. Okay, now? So this is a predefined method, guys, along with the Python software coming predefined functions. And we are also going to create our own functions in Python using def keyword, guys. Coming days you are going to get if you are in initial stage, coming days you are going to get using def, guys. So deposit, for example, this is my own method for depositing money. Okay, and withdraw money, balance inquiry money, like our own methods we can write. Okay, these all things already designed we are going to use. So these things we are calling predefined, these things we are calling user defined. But in HTML, all these tags are predefined only, but not user defined. This is the point. Got it, all people? This point? All are like a one word answer questions. You need to be remember. And today you are going to get material also. In that material, all theoretically there, guys, without escaping, all people must be read, and then you will understanding more clearly. Okay, so next, guys, another point, already I explained the point. Every tag having its own behavior. Okay, whenever we are executing HTML, so tag behavior apply to the content, guys. Simply every tag having every tag having its own behavior, its own behavior. Okay, so when we are running as when we are running program, or else when we are executing, when we are executing HTML, when we are executing HTML file, then all the tags guys, all the tags are ignoring, all the tags are ignoring guys, all the tags are ignoring, and only content, only content between, only content between tags, only the content between the tags. Okay, in between the tags what content is there guys, that is only going to be displaying. All tags are ignoring and only content displaying, content displaying, which content displaying in between tags. Okay, so in between tags what is there, that is only displaying. This point remember. Okay, so next guys, next in Python guys, in Python for example, a equal to 10 you are writing, b equal to 20 you are writing. Okay, and c equal to a plus b, a plus b addition value you are doing, and now you are going to be printing, you are going to be printing result. So after writing these all lines of code, we need to save into one file guys. This code we need to save into one file, then only you can execute this program. Okay, so Python files guys, any file name, for example this is addition related, sum related, sum.py we are taking. So Python files extension is .py, file name .py. Java files extension is okay, file name .java. That is guys. Now HTML files extension is HTML files extension is okay, any file name guys, whatever your file name. For example, sum is my file name, sum.html. HTML file extension is .html, file name .html. This point remember. So each language having its own extension. Our HTML having .html extension. The point remember. As a HTML learner, so we need to remember this point 100%. HTML file extension is .html. Okay, I'm going to create demo.html. Like one file I'm creating guys, demo.html file. Wherever you want you can create. So guys, here my suggestion, inside your system, in your laptop or computer, so different drives there, E drive, D drive, F drive, like so many. C drive also there. So don't store your programs inside the C drive. Is it Python or Django, whatever, any language. In the C drive, don't store and don't do practice. Okay, so store the separate in separate drive guys, like E drive or somewhere. So for example, D drive you are selecting, D drive you are selecting. There Python practice or else Python programs, take one folder, and there you can do all Python practice. HTML programs, take here all HTML programs practice. Like different folders you can create guys separately. Don't mix all Python, HTML all together. Don't mix it. Okay, so like you need to maintain. So in my laptop guys, every batch related different folders creating. Okay, and the end of the session, what are the programs we created from day 1 onwards up to day end, all you are going to get at one time. Regularly each one you are getting, at the end of the day all together you are going to be getting. Clear? Yes. So you are going to be opening the you are going to be creating one HTML file guys, and now here you are going to write the coding. You're going to write the coding. Okay, so HTML code if you want write guys, first of all syntax remember guys, HTML, it is the parent tag guys. Every open tag required close tag guys. Every open tag, this is open tag, and this is a close tag. Every open tag required close tag. So this point not 100%, every open tag not required 100% close tag, but generally most of the tags, 90% of the tags open tag required close tag with slash. Okay, when not required end tag, that is I will tell you separately, wait some time. So right now remember every open tag required end tag also. Okay, inside this HTML guys, two childs there, major childs there. One is the head tag guys, and immediately you need to close this head. Okay, and another one is guys body tag, and you need to close this body. Okay, so this is a HTML basic behavior guys. HTML is a parent tag. In between two major tags there, one is the head, another one is body. One is the head, another one is body. Okay, now here some tags, different tags you can write. What tags we are writing I will tell wait. And here some more tags you can write here. Some more tags you can write. Okay, finally my HTML completed. And I'm going to executing guys. So if you want to executing, wherever you are creating this file, go to there, simply double click. I will show you these all things practically. Wait. So simply you are going to be clicking this one. Then in browser you are going to get output guys. So this is my browser guys. This is my browser. Okay. So here your application related URL you are going to be getting URL. Next here content displaying guys. What content displaying means? The content which is available inside the head. Okay, the tags which are available inside the head tag. These all tags are not going to display here. Not going to be displaying as here. Okay, only the tags which are available inside the body. Only the tags which are available inside the body. Only these tags are going to be displaying as our application related content. Okay, na? Only body tag related child tags there guys. Body is a parent la. Here n number of childs there. Only body tag related childs there guys here. So these tags related content only displaying as our application related content. Then what is the use of head section? Head section related tags giving some extra information to the body tags. Head tag related tags, head section related tags, giving some extra information to the body tag guys. Okay, so slowly we'll understanding guys. Here n number of tags we are writing. For example, colors you want to apply, styles, links, JavaScript you want to apply. Those all tags we are writing here. These JavaScript, CSS files all together applying to the body. And now this content displaying in the browser. That is the basic structure guys. Okay na? Head section maintaining the meta information guys. Meta information, meta tags. What is meta? Meta means data about the data is called metadata. Data about data is called metadata. So here we have the data guys, some data. For this data related here some extension data, additional data we are maintaining. Additional data we are maintaining guys. Okay, so this data we are applying to the body related tags. Okay, remember this, slowly you will understanding all things. Got it? So here in the head section only some additional tags we are writing. These tags are giving to the body helping. Okay, body tags related what are you writing as inside the body. To these tags for giving some extra information related here we are maintaining some additional tags. So after writing here some tags, then you will understanding wait. Okay, now here inside head guys. So regularly we are writing one title tag. This is the home page, and now you can close the title. You can close the title. Okay, inside the head one title tag is there, that is home page I given. And now inside the body guys, inside the body one h1 tag I'm taking. So welcome to HTML I'm taking guys. And now h1 tag you can close it. And the same like another tag guys, whatever you want you can take it. h2 I'm taking. Okay, so welcome to NTH I'm taking. Okay, welcome to NTH. And one paragraph you can take it guys, paragraphs. I'll tell these tags related, just wait. So now here the welcome to Python. Welcome to Python, like I'm taking as welcome to Python, close the paragraph. Okay. So now 3 tags I created inside the body, guys, inside the body. So after executing, so inside the head, guys, n number of tags you can write. Only title tag related content displaying as a browser's tab, guys. In the browser, n number of tags we are opening, n number of tabs we are opening. Every tab having its own title, guys. Okay. So now here you are going to get a home page as a title, guys, as a title of your tab. You're going to get if I'm opening Gmail, guys, so in the another tab Gmail there, like n number of tabs there, guys. Okay. And these tags related at runtime, all these tags are ignoring by HTML, only content displaying, guys. Here what you are getting here, welcome to HTML, welcome to HTML. And next, welcome to welcome to NTH. Okay, like all the tags, guys, like all the tags you're going to be getting. Got it? So now we will discuss, guys, these all things. These all programmatically we will discuss. See, so I'm opening the browser, guys. See here, different titles you are getting. Different titles you are getting, guys. Can see here HTML, CSS menu. Then here Django blog. Okay, menus content. So here the calculator page, Zomato page. Okay, sign in Google accounts. Okay, login with Google. Like these titles, by using the title tag we are displaying. Whatever you want, you can display. Got it? And these tags are like this displaying, guys, like this content displaying. That is information, guys, about the basic HTML code. Okay, now we will develop, guys, coding. So if you want to develop, guys, if you want to develop this code, we required code environment areas, guys. Okay, code environments required, resources required. We have multiple resources, guys, to develop HTML code. We required not only HTML, any code, Python, Java, .NET, whatever. To develop the programming code, guys, we required some editors. We required some editors, guys. We required some editors or IDEs. Real time, guys. Okay. So IDEs means integrated development environments. Integrated development environments. So what are the editors, guys? For example, you can see here editors means Notepad, guys. In Windows system, guys, in Windows system, Notepad is coming by default. In the search box, guys, Notepad, if we are typing, we are getting Notepad here. Notepad we are getting as this is by default coming. And Notepad plus plus we need to download and install. And Edit plus one more software we need to download and installing. Notepad plus okay, Notepad plus plus okay. And another one is Edit plus, guys. In Linux systems, guys, Nano we are getting. Guys. Okay, so Nano we are getting. Like these all are editors, guys. Editors. So this is a Notepad plus plus, guys. What I'm using here right now, this is a Notepad plus plus. Okay, so compared to Notepad, Notepad plus plus having some benefits. Line number showing, and here lot of shortcuts showing, guys, here. Okay, but in the Notepad, Notepad not showing line numbers and the shortcuts and duplicate lines. For example, Nano I want to write again one more time. Control D, automatically you're getting duplicate line. Means coding easily we can develop using Edit plus Notepad plus plus compared to the Notepad. Okay, like that level by level we are getting the more benefits. For learner, guys, as a learner, initial stage you can use it Notepad or Notepad plus plus or Edit plus, whatever you want. But real time companies, guys, in the industries, we need to use IDEs only, any one IDE. Okay, using IDs, lot of benefits there, guys, compared to the editors. So code intelligence there, guys. Here, something we are typing as, for example, here like this. Whenever we are typing some letters, automatically coming. Okay, and using the IDs, guys, there only you can run the servers. You can run your application. You will get a response, and if you are getting any errors, you can solve there only. Okay, like lot of benefits there using IDs. So we have so many IDEs to developing coding, guys, to developing coding. Okay, so we have here PyCharm is one ID, guys, PyCharm, and Sublime Text one ID, guys. So next Atom is there, guys, one ID, and Eclipse, guys, Eclipse there, NetBeans there, guys. So many are there, and Visual Studio, guys. Visual Code Studio, Visual Code Studio is there, VCS simply. Okay, so like n number of IDs there, guys. So whatever you are comfortable, okay, whatever you are comfortable, you can use that one. For example, at the time of learning Python, so you people are getting practiced with Python, or else you are getting with the Visual Studio Code. Okay, some people are getting knowledge with Sublime Text. So whatever you know, guys, that is you can use it. That is you can use it. Okay, so not only these things, guys, so many are there. Jupyter is there, Dreamweaver is there, like multiple things there, multiple things there. This PyCharm is mainly designed for Python development. Okay, so that's why we are going to use this PyCharm. In our sessions, guys, I'm going to tell about the PyCharm. Using PyCharm, I'm going to be developing. Okay, now? So if anyone don't know about this one, so need to download and install it. How to download, how to installing, I will show you. Okay, so already if you are downloading, for example, Visual Code Studio, you are downloading and installing, no problem. Using this one you can do. Any IDE you can use, guys. HTML code is common. HTML code is common. This code is not changing. This code not changing. Only ID changing, presentation nothing but shortcuts changing. Okay, way of interaction changing, guys. Okay, na? So remember that whatever you want, you can download and you can use it. Got it? So myself, I'm going to use, guys, regularly PyCharm. Why means I'm working with PyCharm in my regular sessions. Python, Django, all API related. So using PyCharm, I'm telling. So sometimes depending on situation, using Visual Studio Code also we can do, or sometimes using Sublime Text also I will show you. But majorly PyCharm. I'm telling again and again, remember all people, any IDE you can use, no problem. IDs are different also, no problem. HTML code is common. Okay, now? Yes. So now you can open, guys, this first program. I'm going to open the notepad, guys. Notepad I'm going to be open. So notepad or else notepad plus plus, whatever you want you can use. So first one I'm going to use notepad, guys. See here we are going to be developing. So already we developed here, guys, same code. You can copy. Just now only we developed this one, HTML related. Okay. So here, guys, if indentation not there, then we need to be arrange all the lines for proper reading purpose. And also you can remember, if indentation not there also, no problem. Indentation means like the same order. Python follows indentation all in same line. If not there, getting error, Python gives one big slapping. You are not following my rule, like that. Okay, but HTML, guys, one line here, one line here, one line here, anywhere you can write, no problem, no problem. Got it? But readability purpose, guys, we are going to be maintaining in proper order. This is the parent. In this parent, these are the childs. Next, inside this H1, guys, if any other child is there, so again we are going to write next level. Here we are going to write next level, like that. Okay. So now here, guys, I created HTML code. I need to save it. I need to be save it. So before going to save, first of all, create one folder, guys, in our system. We can create one folder in our system. So in D drive, guys, multiple batches there, guys. My regular batches related. So now our batch related, we can create one more folder. Okay. So here top side, click on this folder. You know, these all things folders how creating. And now here NTH, guys. NTH 8 p.m. NTH 8 p.m. guys. So NTH UI 8 p.m. UI 8 p.m. and date also you can maintain, guys. So for example right now, so this one, guys. Okay, so this is the folder I'm going to be creating, guys. In this folder I want to be store all my HTML programs for this batch related. Got it? Yes, now can save it. Where is our notepad? Here there, notepad. Yes, so you can click on this file, click on this save, guys. Simply control yes. Then it is asking where you want to save. So now select our folder, guys. In the D drive, now NTH we taken, guys. NTH. So NTH UI 8 p.m. we taken, guys. Where is there? Here there. Okay, select that. In this folder I want to be storing. So you can make it your file name. This is the first program, that's why demo file, demo I'm giving. So extension is a .html, guys. Okay, and the bottom side by default text file taking extension. It is like a text file creating. That's why you can select here all files. All files you need to be select. Okay. Now whatever the file you are taking here, that name going to be saving. With that name saving, guys. Okay. Yes, I saved and click this save button. Yes, my program saved, guys. Okay, my program saved with the name demo, with the name demo. Okay, so I want to execute this one. Then go to your folder location. My folder location is D drive 8 p.m. batch. So here my file there, guys. Just now we created. Okay, in your system, guys. In your system, okay, what is default browser is there? Which that format, guys. Okay, you are going to get a file logo, file symbol, guys. In my system Google Chrome is there. In your system if Opera is there, Opera symbol you are going to be getting. Okay now? Yes, now I'm going to click this one, guys. Double click, then output you are going to get welcome to HTML, welcome to NTH, and welcome to Python. 3 lines we created. Okay, and also, guys, if you want, right click on this one, right click on this one, click on open with, guys. Click on open with. Now click on whatever the browser you want, Google Chrome. Then you are going to get same response. Got it? Yes, now can see here, this is my file. I closed this one today. Tomorrow I want to add some other lines and I want to execute. Then what you are going to do? Go to your folder location. This is our file. Okay, if you are clicking this one, output coming directly. Now I want to edit code, guys. So right click this and next time open with, guys. Open with notepad or notepad plus plus, whatever you want you can use it. Okay, so here notepad is there, otherwise here directly edit plus there, guys. Notepad plus plus there. So whatever you want you can click it. So like you are going to be getting, guys. Like you are going to be getting. Okay, now some other lines of code you can take it. So control D means duplicate you are getting, guys. So this is the last one for the today's session. Can see, guys. So H1 is there, H2 is there. Now I'm going to change H3. H3 I'm changing, and next H4, guys, and H5 and H6. H6. So here, guys, open side I changed all the names, but right side and end tags not changing. Again we need to change manually. But if you are using real time IDs, guys, if you are changing open tag, then automatically close tag also changing. So means a lot of time saving in the real time. That's why people are giving high priority to use IDEs. I will show you IDEs how downloading and installing everything. Wait. So here, guys, so this is also I'm taking NTH only, no problem. So now all content is welcome to NTH only. but different tags are used, H1 to H6. So this H1 to H6 tags we are calling header tags, guys. Header tags we are calling header tags. From where to where? H1 to H6. H7 not there, guys. Only H1 to H6 only available. H1 is for displaying most important content. Most important content. H6 is for least important content. Least important content. Level by level size reducing, guys. For example, here in H1 this size there. In H2 this size there. For example, in H3 size reducing, guys. Like that, level by level size reducing. H1 to H6. Now can see this one. You can execute. So this is the browser, guys. Control or refresh. Okay. Now can see. In H1 you are getting this size, guys. H2, H3, H4, 5, 6. Okay. See, H1 having big size with more black color and big character size. But H6 black color only there, least black color, less black color, and small character size also reducing. Okay. So when you are designing the application, guys, if you want to display like a big title, big content, then you can use H1. Least content, then you can use this one. Okay. Heading related, guys, uh, all the students, guys, in our notes, question and answers we are writing sometimes. Question and answers. So for example, question, guys, what is HTML? Okay, this is the question. With the red mark we are writing, guys. With red mark we are writing, and answers we are writing with blue mark, guys. With the blue mark, blue pen. Generally in our notes, guys. Okay. So here different content you can write, guys. Multiple lines of code you can write whatever you want. So this is a question and this is the answer, guys. Question and answer related. If you want, write, guys. Questions related like this, header tags we can use. Answers representing purpose, paragraph tag we can use. P tag we can use. Paragraph tag. Is it clear, guys? All of you? Up to here, is it okay? So only basic code, guys, today. Okay, na? A basic class, this one. So okay, guys, you don't worry. After closing our session only, your Python going to be starting. Okay, na? So today I'm going to share this code, guys, theoretical material. Okay, about the front end developer, about the back end developer, full stack developer. The people who knows both front end and back end together, we are calling full stack developer. Full stack developers getting more demanding nowadays, and also more packages you are getting, guys. Okay, so slowly you are going to be becoming like a full stack developer. So these all basics related today I'm going to share you. So do practice, guys. The tomorrow session more clearly you are going to be understanding. Okay, thank you, guys. We'll meet tomorrow. So wait, I will enable your speaker and do you have any queries, guys?